Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, and Kakodash. Double honors to the elders, to the apostles, to great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel, to you I say Shalom. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And this is Matthew, chapter 24, starting at verse, I'll start at verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be shaved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right, these are the times that we're coming into, man. All right, Lord willing, this quote unquote new year, right? This so-called new year, the year that the apostles of Great Millstone deemed the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, Jacob's trouble comes to pass. Well, Lord willing, it's short, man. Because the shorter Jacob's trouble is, the quicker we get into the kingdom. All right? Lord willing, Jacob's trouble isn't a long, enduring 3-year ordeal, man. Or something like that, man. Lord willing, Jacob's trouble is only for like a month or something. But nevertheless, the times that we're coming into, man, all right, you can see now how so-called 2024 is off to a wild start. You have earthquakes in Japan. You had also the woman that went on a stabbing spree in Japan, which is a rare occurrence in a nation like Japan. Really, when you have nations, homogenous nations, really going into one type of people in the nation. I believe the nation of Japan was like 90% Ammonites, man, so-called Japanese people. So Japanese people don't go around killing Japanese people, right? Because they have a shared culture, a shared history, a shared language, a shared identity. So they don't have the curses upon them yet, where they have an evil eye towards their neighbor. So when you hear stories like this, it is a wild story, man, because it's a rare occurrence. You had that also. You got allegedly North Korea shooting bombs at South Korea. You had wild things happening in Miami. And so when you have these things pop off, expect deception to be at an all-time high. Because deception is a tool of the enemy, man. Let me go to 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Damn, I'm to 11. It's lock here. Chapter 2. 2 Corinthians chapters 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And the main device of Satan is deception and trickery and deceit, man. All right? That's his main tool, man. But this is the problem. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai stands on truth, man. It's all about truth. And a lie can never defeat the truth. So even though Satan is in league with Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, people look at them as they're on opposite teams. But really, Satan's on the same team as the Lord, man. The Lord controls Satan. So when people out here cursing Satan, you really should be, I'm not going to say curse the Lord. You really should be giving the Lord the credit for Satan's actions, man, at the end of the day, man. Because that's who controls Satan. But nonetheless, I'm bringing out deception because those rumors, I'm not going to say rumors. There's a story in Miami where they sent 300 cops to the mall and shut down the mall because what they told the people were kids fighting with sticks or something. But they said juveniles were fighting with sticks. They shut down the mall. They shut down air traffic. They shut down local traffic, like cars and trucks and stuff. And no planes were flying around the area except for, they shut down the airport for some time being. But the only things in the sky were so-called black helicopters scanning the area. Now, people on TikTok and social media are saying it was gray beings 8 feet, 10 feet tall. But this is part of the deception, man. Part of the deception that this is what do you call that? Predictive programming, man. Because what was it, like 6 months ago, last year, sometime about 6 months ago, you had that story come out about the Issacharites, the so-called Mexicans, how they so-called Mexican scientists, how they revealed alien bodies to the public and stuff like that, right? And they were gray too. So this is that was predictive programming for this. So they might try to say something like, we're in contact with extraterrestrial beings. We made a deal with them. They gave us technology, and here's the technology, and it'll be the C-hip, man, and try to trick everybody into taking it. Oh, this is advanced technology. It's going to unite us. It's going to bring us together. Things of that nature. But the Lord is the one bringing the division. The Lord wants this place separated, man. All right. What does the scripture say? A nation divided cannot stand, man. A kingdom divided can't stand. And America is divided in every single facet, man. Between race, religion, political ideology, income levels, right? Education. Everything in this place is divided, man. If you live in one area, you can't go to a school in a different area. They're dividing everything up, man. All right? And a nation divided like that, it basically is all men, everybody for themselves. So when you raise, I'm not sure to say raise, but when you lead a society like that, and then you cut everything off, whether it be the power, the internet, the supply chain, transportation, when you cut these things off and everybody has the mindset of everybody for themselves already, all hell is going to break loose. And a man's not going to have pity upon his neighbor, man. And these are the times that we're coming into, man. This is why, brother was saying through the spirit, how it's like a switch flipped. Every day before was like, Jacob's trouble could be at any moment. So brothers were already getting in the spirit of prepping, whether it be getting actual physical items and tools to prep, or whether it's training your body, so you could physically endure rougher situations, right? So brothers were already in the spirit of prepping for Jacob's trouble because we already know what's coming. All right. But now it's like, it's a spirit almost like, Jake is really out of time. And when I say Jake, I mean 2/3. 2/3, the doors of mercy are damn near closed, man. It's feeling like, Jacob's trouble could pop off any day now. Even though that feeling was like that before, but it's just different now. It feels like Jake is out of time, man. All right. This is why it's crucial. It's imperative, to get into the scriptures and get to Yahweh Shem Yahushai as soon as possible, man. 2 Corinthians 15:16, for there shall be sedition among men. And sedition goes into an uprising against the government. So when what did we see out of Nevada? That court case where the judge revoked or denied Buddy's probation or parole, and he leaped the bench. He leaped the judge's bench and attacked the female judge, man. I think he said his last words before he did the leap was like, man, nah, fuck that. And that's sedition. He's not caring about his so-called elected leaders, elected officials. Ain't none of that no more. And the scripture going to say that. 2 Corinthians 15:16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, every man for themselves. They're not going to listen to these so-called leaders and telling them what to do, what they should do. No, because all this time they put their trust in their so-called leaders. And look where their leaders have led them, man. All right? It led them straight into the ditch, man. The blind leading the blind, man. So now when all hell breaks loose, they're going to say, fuck that. I got to do what I got to do. That spirit is going to be, it's going to be around tenfold, man. You're not going to see, like now, if you go to like a store, like a Walmart or Target or a Publix or whatever, and you see a child crying, by himself, something in your spirit might be like, hey, what's wrong? Where are your parents? Wait till Jacob Joe will pop off, man. Nobody's going to have that spirit. It's going to be like, man, fuck that kid. Probably, take the kid, violate him, or eat him for dinner. These are the times that we're coming into, man. All hell's about to break loose. It's going to be a time like never before. So the things the things that are about to happen, the times that we're coming into, the era that we're about to begin, the era that's about to begin, you know, it's going to be like never before. So nobody's going to know how to navigate it, right? If something happened before, you can go to your history books, read somebody's, eyewitness accounts and understand what happened and how to resolve it. But when you come into a time that's never happened before, you're not going to know what to do, man. Everybody's going to be freestyling it, man. 2 Corinthians 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. And if the men are afraid, who's going to do the protecting, man? Because the men are set up to protect, to provide, to guide. Right. So if the men are now afraid, who are people going to turn to do the protecting, man? All right. It's not going to be the woman. The day when all hell breaks loose, you're not going to see strong, independent women. No. You're not going to see none of that. All that shit is out the window, man. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Absolutely none. Actually, let's go into that word pity. Let's see what the dictionary says it means. Pity, according to dictionary.com, sympathetic or kindly sorrow evoked by the suffering, distress, or misfortune of another, often leading one to give relief or aid or to show mercy. To feel pity for a starving child is an example sentence. And all that is out the window. Just like I just gave the example, through the spirit, about you see the child crying by himself, right? Something in your spirit might invoke empathy and pity, like, hey buddy, where's your parents? Shit like that. But all pity is out the window, man. All pity is out the window on the day of Jacob's trouble, man. Really, and the day of the Lord too. Because the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So you're expecting the Lord to come down and save everybody. You're expecting the wrong thing. You're expecting the wrong thing. 2 Corinthians 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And not only is it going to be a famine of the word, where you're not going to have access to the understanding of the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, you're going to have a physical famine, a physical famine of food and bread, which is going to cause people to bug the fuck out. All right? And that's going to cause great tribulation, man. Great tribulation. All right? All hell is about to break loose in this place, man. And Lord willing, Jake is out of time. And Jacob trouble pops off sooner rather than later, man. Because this place is going too far, man. It's going too far. Jake needs to get delivered, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number. We need salvation, man. Our people need salvation. All right? They also need death by pain because, they refuse to get right on their own accord. Even though it's not on their own accord at the end of the day. But somebody got to be the 2/3, man. Somebody got to fulfill prophecy. All right? Lord willing, it's not me to fulfill the 2/3 prophecy. All right? Lord willing, part of that number, man. It's a taste of the first fruits of Yahweh Shai. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, we'll say Shalom and Abad Babal.